In Barbados, every grandmother has a story about the Heartman. They told it to keep children inside before dark, to make them come straight home from school, to stop them from taking shortcuts through the cane fields. And for a long time, people thought it was just that, a story, a boogeyman, until the children started actually going missing. He doesn't have fangs, he doesn't shapeshift, he doesn't burn in sunlight. He's just a man in a black coat, walking the back roads of Barbados with a leather bag in his hand. And what's inside the bag? And what he does with it, what he takes, is worse than anything a monster could do. They call him the Heartman. And tonight, I'm going to tell you what the old people of Barbados actually believe about him, and the two rules that kept generations of children alive. This is the Caribbean Black Book. Listen carefully, the rules matter. In Caribbean folklore, almost every creature, monster you've heard started as something supernatural, a spirit, a curse, a creature. The Heartman is only one I know that started as a man. The legend goes like this. A man, usually described as a doctor, sometimes as a plantation owner, wanted wealth, real wealth, the kind you can't earn in one lifetime. So he made a deal with the devil, and the devil agreed. But the devil's price was very strict. Every year, the Heartman has to deliver a certain number of human hearts, children's hearts, always children. The devil only takes what's pure. And if the Heartman doesn't make his quota, even if one heart is short, his own soul gets taken instead. So he hunts. He drives a black hearse through the rural parishes of Barbados, especially around the cane fields, especially at dusk when the children are walking home from school. He doesn't chase anyone. He doesn't have to. He just talks to them, offers them sweets, offers them a ride home in the carriage. And once a child accepts, once they take the sweet or step into the hearse, the contract is sealed. The child belongs to him. The bodies, when they're found, are always whole. No marks, no bruises, no signs of struggle, except for one thing: a single clean cut right over the chest and nothing inside. In the late 1950s in St. Philip Parish, a boy named Michael was walking home from school. He stayed late to play cricket. The sun was going down faster than he expected, so instead of taking the long way around, he cut through the cane field. Everybody did it. It was a 5-minute shortcut. Halfway through, the wind stopped. And when the wind stops in a cane field, you hear it. The whole world goes quiet at once. The stalks stop rustling. The birds stop. Even the insects stop. That's when Michael heard the boots slow, heavy, behind him. On the dirt path he just walked down. He turned around. There was a man standing on the path about 50 feet away. Tall, thin, long black coat down to his ankles, black top hat pulled low over his face. He wasn't moving toward Michael. He was just standing there, waiting, holding a black leather bag in one hand. And just past the man, parked silently on the edge of the road, a black hearse with the back doors open. The man raised one hand, slowly, and he beckoned for Michael to come. He didn't say anything out loud, but Michael said later that he could hear a voice inside his own head, telling him very gently to walk toward the carriage, telling him it was okay, telling him his mother was waiting in the back. And his legs started moving. He took one step, then another. He didn't want to, but his body was doing it anyway. That's when the neighbor's dog came crashing through the cane. A big rough mongrel started barking at the man hard, wouldn't stop. And whatever was in Michael's head broke. He turned and ran through the cane field, off the path, through the field, all the way to his front door without stopping. He was screaming when he got there. His father grabbed a machete and went back to the field with the dog. The man was gone. The hearse was gone. There was no carriage tracks in the dirt, no hoof prints, nothing. But in the spot where the man had been standing, Michael's father found something on the ground. A surgical scalpel, brand new, perfectly clean. The Heartman is not a creature you trap with rice or salt. He's a man, and that makes him different from everything else in this book. There are only 2 rules. The Barbadian grandmothers who lived through the years when children went missing. These are the rules they passed down. Rule 1. Be home before the streetlights come on. That's it. That's the whole rule. The Heartman doesn't hunt in daylight. He doesn't hunt in full dark. He hunts in the hour in between. When the sky goes purple, when the shadows are at their longest, when the roads are emptying out and the houses haven't turned their lamps on yet. If you're inside before the streetlights, you're invisible to him. If you're still on the road when they come on, you're not. Rule 2, you never take anything from a man you don't know. Never. Not a sweet, not a coin, not a ride. The Heartman's whole power is a contract. He can't just take you. You have to accept something from him first. Once you take what he's offering, once you put a sweet in your pocket or step a foot into his carriage, you've signed the contract. You're his. And no parent, no priest, no neighbor can pull you back. The old people would tell you why the missing children all had something on them when they were found. A piece of candy still in their hand, a coin in their pocket, something small, something that didn't belong to them, something they accepted on the road. Now, most folklorists would tell you the Heartman is just a story, a boogeyman invented to keep the children from wandering. A way for parents to make sure their kids came home before dark. And that might be true. But if you talk to the older generations in Barbados, the ones who grew up in the 40s, 50s, 60s, they don't talk about the Heartman like a story. They talk about him like a memory. They'll tell you about a year when 3 children went missing from the same parish in one season. They'll tell you about a man in a black coat their cousins are walking in a cane field at dusk. They'll tell you about a hearse that nobody can trace back to any funeral home on the island. Whether the Heartman was a spirit or a man or something the island made up to explain something it didn't want to name, the rules are the same. Be inside before the streetlights. Don't take anything from a stranger on the road. And if you ever walk in there, the cane fields at dusk, and you hear the sound of a carriage wheels behind you, and you turn around and there's a man standing in the path, don't ask his name. Don't take what he offers. And whatever you do, don't get in the carriage. That was page 5 of the Black Book. If you made it this far, subscribe, because the next one, I'm opening is from the Dominican Republic, and it's about a beautiful woman who lives in the mountains. She has long hair down to her ankles, and her feet, they're on backwards. So when you try to follow her tracks, you walk the wrong way. Click on the video on screen. I'll see you there.